I actually can't believe I managed to get 3 full bags of food from Poundland. But let's get into it. Hey guys, I hope you're all well. I have just realised it's been so long since I've done a Slimming World video. I mean, I've been posting recipes, but not really a sit down chatty type thing. I am getting fully back on track with Slimming World, so I do want to do more videos. If you guys have any ideas on useful Slimming World videos that I could do, let me know in comments. I create content that's useful for you guys. So someone once said, why don't you do a Slimming World Poundland haul? And I was like, Poundland, really? I just assume because it's a pound, everything's just going to be artificial rubbish, which some of it is. But overall, I was quite impressed, especially when I got to the till. Got 3 huge carrier bags worth of stuff. It came to like less than £30, £28.30. 30p being the 3 bags. Yeah, I was just really impressed. I was like, obviously like Poundland, they don't really do meals, so this is way more snacks and that kind of stuff. But what surprised me is they still have McVitie's, they still have Bachelors, they still have all the big companies. It's not just cheapo rubbish, like, yeah. I don't know, I don't think people generally do bulk shops in Poundland, because the cashier was like, whoa, are you buying all of this stuff? And I was like, yeah. Is that a strange thing to do in Poundland? I don't know, I don't go there often. Anyway, so let's get through all these bags. Obviously I'm not going to tell you guys how much everything is, it's £1. But I think some of it was like a 2 for £1 offer, and some of it was £2 if it's like big sizes and things like that. So only those ones I'll mention, everything else is £1. I'm going to tell you guys about the sin values from memory, but I might get some of it wrong. So go with what I actually type in over the video when I edit it. If I say something's 4.5 sins and I put 3 sins in type, go with that. Anyway, let's do this. So firstly, we've got these Weight Watchers sweet and sour crisps, and they averaged I think 4 sins for a pack, which isn't bad. Sometimes like when I come back from work, I just fancy a pack of crisps and they're handy. I did also pick up, it's called Snaps, and it's a spicy tomato flavour, and I think they're 3.5 sins, so a little bit less. Just look like Quavers basically, but tomato flavour. Well, I haven't had tomato flavour crisps for as long as I can remember, so why not? And then we've got these mini Oreo snack packs, so let me just see. Oh, I thought there'd be like 2, but there's loads of mini ones in here, which is great. So I think they were like 6 sins for a pack, which is perfect. I just need to make sure the kids don't nick these, because I might actually keep them in my work locker. I love it though when you get small things but lots more of it, because it just feels like I'm having more. So yeah, love this buy. We've got Crispy Thins, mini cheddar, so this is more like the crisp bag obviously, and I think this was like 3.5 sins a pack. They're obviously just normal mini cheddar size, but obviously a lot thinner. And then we've got Ready Brick, and the reason why I got Ready Brick is because the porridge oats that I have from Aldi, I feel like when I mix it with the milk, it's not really thick, it still ends up being quite like watery texture. But I've seen people's pics on Instagram with Ready Brick, and it's nice thick porridge. So I think I'm going to start converting to this. Obviously 40 grams is a healthy extra B, so it's the same equivalent of porridge oats. I use the oats when I do overnight oats because it's got a bit more texture, and because this is more powder, I'm going to stick to this for actual breakfast porridge. So yeah. And then we've got Mug Shot. So this is the sweet and sour flavour. I think these are 1.5 sins. I'm just going to keep this in my locker at work, because often what takes me off plan is I go to work in a rush, don't get to take lunch with me, or I've got too much to carry and I don't want to carry a lunch. I'm really busy, I haven't got time to go and look for Slimming World alternatives. So this is really handy. Just stick it in a mug, I think. Yeah, stick it in a mug, hot water, and you're done. So there we go. And then we've got these Club Orange. So I generally try and buy with snacks that kids will like as well, because I do sometimes feel a bit guilty of, this is my section, no one's allowed to touch it, whereas this is a bit more friendly. I think these work out like 5.5 sins, 6 sins each. So yeah, not bad. So this was a buy 2 for £1. They had like a mix and match, so I think I got this and the Ainsley Harriott Spice Sensations couscous. And I know couscous is like a really obvious, easy thing to make. I do like Ainsley Harriott flavours. I just think they're really nice. And sometimes just not having to worry about vegetable stock and jazzing up plain couscous. I think this was 2 sins for the pack, but it's meant to be 2 portions. So yeah, if you have it like a snack, then it's, although I'd never really have couscous for a snack. Yeah, some people obviously do. Anyway, and then I got a PJ Masks advent calendar. This is partly to keep your mom happy, but more so because actually the chocolates in here are only half a sin each. So it's good for the kids when you don't want to overload them with chocolate. And it's good for me if I ever just want that quick chocolate fix or don't necessarily want to open a whole bar because they're only half a sin. Not like a 4-year-old's going to follow the dates or anything like that. So yeah, handy. So I'm just going to shove all this back in and move on to bag 2. So we have got probably the most famous Poundland buy ever, the biscotti biscuits, which I see everyone get. Oh, not biscotti, it's called Biscoff. Anyway, one of these is 2 sins, which is the equivalent of a rich tea biscuit. The only thing about these is so Moorish, but what I've realised and what I love is they're individually packed in 2s. So I can actually take these to work because I hate opening a pack and just having one thing. First of all, I get tempted to finish it. And secondly, I always think the one that's left will obviously dry out. So this is actually amazing. A 4-sin snack, basically. So these Cadbury chocolates, between 3.5 and 6 sins, depending on which chocolate you go for. Fudge Chomp was the highest, which really surprised me, actually. I didn't realise it was so high in sin values. And Curly Wurly was the lowest. So that's really handy. I might actually stick a couple of these in the freezer. I've stopped doing that. Chocolate from the freezer is actually really good because it lasts forever. It still tastes the same, but it obviously takes like 10 times longer to eat. So yeah, I got this cappuccino, which is obviously sachets, and it's 3 sins each, which isn't bad. I do, compared to coffee, just like a milky, thick, frothy cappuccino. I've gotten a bit addicted to this, but it's much better than me going off to a coffee shop and grab one because you never know the sins out there. Alongside that, I thought rather than always use up 3 sins for coffee, this is Coffee Mate. Can you see it? This basically just reminded me of my dad. I'm sure he used to buy this. It kind of gave me all the feels in terms of nostalgia. This is 2 sins, and what you do is you make your coffee like black coffee, and then you add 2 teaspoons of this in, and it's meant to make it really creamy and nice. And then we've got these Malteser mini reindeers, so let's just have a look. They're a bit smaller than I thought, but feel quite thick, and they're 3.5 sins, which isn't bad at all, so handy for a snack. Okay, it's obvious I've got a chocolate theme going here. So these are the Maltesers ones. The other ones was Cadbury. I didn't actually know Maltesers as a company. I just thought it was a chocolate of a brand. But anyway, this is Maltesers ones. And I think these average 3.5 to 5.5 sins, with Milky Way being the lowest and Twix being the highest. So yeah, Canderel. So I feel like of all the sweeteners, this is the best one in terms of when you're baking cakes and things like that. Everything else just has a really annoying artificial aftertaste. Under a tablespoon, it's free, and then 1 tablespoon is half a sin. So if you want to put like a teaspoon into your tea or whatever, then it's free. And then this, Options Belgian Hot Chocolate. What I've really started doing over the winter is everything I like is on telly in the evenings at the moment. The Celeb, Apprentice, X Factor, all that rubbish I love watching, with loads of snacks. So hopefully, if I make myself a hot chocolate at night, I can just sit there, cuddle up with that, not go for high sin stuff. I need to find that light squirty cream that I've seen everyone do. I think it's like, I don't know, 1-2 sins for a really good squirt. That would actually just make my evenings. Sorry, I'm actually going to stop dreaming about that and carry on with the haul. Oh, sorry, and this I think is like 2 sins for a mug. That's bag 2 done. And then finally, this is actually the heaviest one. So we've got a huge box of Cheerios. This was £2. Actually, did I mention, hold on. So the Belgian hot chocolate, that was £2 as well. So these are the only 2 things that cost me £2. It's 40 grams for a healthy extra B. I try not to have Cheerios because it's so Moorish. It's handy when you're in a rush. The kids love it. And what I do sometimes like is just to get a heap in my hands. If I've got a healthy extra B, which to be honest, I never have a healthy extra B spare, munch on it when I get back from work or something. So yeah. And then I got these Capri Sun drinks. I think they're like, is it 3.5? Might even be 5 sins. No, it can't be that much. Anyway, I can't remember. I'll type it in. But yeah, so these you get 5 for £1, and I got 2 packs of them just because I thought it's handy for the kids. I'm more like, I have a lot of water. I'm not really that into drinks. Unless I get a takeaway and then it's got to be a fizzy drink. I guess, yeah, if I do ever crave a juice, then we've got this now. Digestive Thins. So this is dark chocolate. I actually like dark chocolate because I feel like it's not as Moorish as milk chocolate. You feel more satisfied because obviously it's actually real chocolate. So it's 1.5 sins each, but yeah, like look at how it comes. This isn't good. Do you know what I mean? I'm just gonna open this and just keep having one after the other after the other. If you've got better control than me, then this is perfect. But for me, having a full pack like this, I might actually get this out when guests come so that it finishes up. Okay, so this I am really excited about. It's so juicy Italian meatballs. All you do is you get your mince, you roll it into little balls, a can of chopped tomatoes and one large onion, chop it up. Put everything inside a bag as well as a recipe mix, which is suitable for vegetarians, and then give it a good shake. Put it into the oven for 35 to 40 minutes and you're done. Like, how handy is that for a dinner, honestly? And I love meatballs, so I hope the flavour is as good as I need it to be, because I like my food very well flavoured. Comes to 3 cents for the whole pack, is that right? God, I can't remember. Anyway, then you divide it by 4 because it makes 4 portions, and I'm sure it came to like 1.5, 2 cents, which is amazing. So yeah, this is a Tracker bars. Now, I know you can get Alpen and they're low sins and healthy extra B. I find with Alpen, it's just too light and too artificial for me. Like the taste, it just doesn't do it. Like I prefer Slimming World bars, and I love Tracker. Like I'd rather eat something that actually fills me and doesn't make me crave more afterwards. This is 6 cents. It's not a healthy extra. Personally, one of those chocolate bars were 6 cents and this is 6 cents. I know which I'd rather have, so yeah, handy. Milk chocolate drink sachets, so they're highlights. Again, I think it was like 2 cents for 1 mug. I think this is me trying to move away from coffee. I don't know, is hot chocolate better than coffee? But yeah, I'm trying to mix it up a little bit more in the winter because it feels like all I want is comfort. So I'm just trying to find things that will comfort me but keep me on plan as well. It's a bit tragic the way I talk about food, isn't it? And we've got pasta and sauce, cheese and broccoli. This was also a 2 for £1 offer. Couldn't find anything because they didn't have any other flavours that I liked in this. So I ended up picking up spaghetti because I can then make my meatballs with this. So yeah, that was handy. It was like 1.5, 2 cents, and you get, this is like quite a big pack, guys. Actually, I need to check. It might be half a pack is 1.5. I don't know. I'll double check and I'll update. It makes quite a lot, so I think half a pack is more than enough. Now you get double healthy extra A choice, so throw in some more cheese and you're good to go. Now this I was so impressed with. Little tea cakes. It's suitable for vegetarians. I think it's like 5.5 cents each. So you do want to be sharing that with the family. But they're individually wrapped. I think I'm going to keep going for these, so I do need to open it at tea time and share. And these go ahead crunchy slices. So these are 3 cents for 1, and I think a pack you get 3, which is fine for me. I don't think Inaya will like this, so Iman will have 1, Irfan will have 1, and I will have 1. If I come back from work and everyone's hungry and that kind of thing. Obviously be aware that there is 3 in a pack. I'll take you up to 9 cents if you have the whole pack, or just share. Finally, I've got these chocolate notes. So this is more because Iman just loves things like this. Also, it's only 2 cents for 1, so I might put a heap of them in the deep fridge. And I've just got nice, thick, chunky chocolate whenever I need it for 2 cents a go. Each one is quite a good size. So yeah, let me just shove all this back. That's everything I picked up. I hope it was useful. Let me know if there's anything I've missed or if there's anything new you've discovered through this haul. Please do let me know if there's any other Slimming World videos that you think would be useful. Really do want to do more. All right, take care. Look after yourselves.